It's got to have the music. Come on.
Welcome to another episode of Behind the Wrenches with Zach and Randy. Today we're going to discuss off-roading. Big trucks, big tires.
Are we going to discuss everything about off-roading, or are we going to just go on one vehicle?
Probably not everything. I got my computer up right now, and I just seen a picture of a trash truck doing a wheelie. So I don't know if that's
all right.
I guess that's a big
AI.
truck. That's been AI for sure.
I mean, we just did something the other day.
Right.
And so
we went off-roading yesterday.
Yeah.
We did. We went over to Harrison to a place called Rocks and Valleys in Harrison, Michigan.
Great little park.
Yep, 200 acres off-road park.
Many a time spent there.
Many times in broken parts.
Lots of broken stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't break anything this time, but
well, Josh did. He blew a trans up in his Jeep.
well, it's a Jeep.
So let
It's a
me
Jeep
ask
thing
you
you don't
this, Randy.
understand.
I know. I got your Jeep thing now. It hurts.
I know it itches.
I'm itchy now for some reason. I don't know why. So let me ask you this real quick, Randy. If you could pick any one off-road truck out there, why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it?
Why would you not pick a Jeep?
Now, what are we like? This is the only truck. Like, you need to do a lot of stuff with it.
Well, okay, so real quick, we got to be real careful ragging on all the Jeep stuff.
No, you've got a Jeep.
I got a Jeep. I got a 2000 Wrangler.
I've had several Jeeps.
Right, but I'll tell you what, I don't get the hype behind the Jeep. I have one. It does a lot of things okay.
Well, that's the thing. It does a lot of things okay.
It doesn't drive down the road.
It doesn't drive down the road good.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Keep it off the road, you're fine.
Yeah, it doesn't really go in the woods very good. I mean,
Right.
you know.
I had a guy tell me the other day, he's like, you know what, Jeeps are awesome. He's like, all you do is you rip the axles out, put Super Duty axles underneath them, and then you put an LS under the hood, and it's a great vehicle. So if you buy a Jeep, for $5,000, $8,000, let's say a two-door Wrangler, put another $15,000 into it, you have a good, solid $8,000 Jeep.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Like you said, when if you had to pick one vehicle, I'm not going to go to a Jeep. I'm just not going to gravitate to it. I've had several Jeeps. For what I particularly like to do, it's great. We had a good time trail riding.
We did. I had a Jeep. I got a Wrangler, a 2000 TJ.
I'm looking to go buy a Jeep. I don't know why again, but whatever.
I figured out that for just bebopping around, we're right now I live 5 miles away from some of the biggest truck trails in Michigan.
Yep.
And it's really nice to just jump in that Jeep, throw the family in there, and just go for a cruise. I really do like that. I do enjoy the Jeep for that.
No, it's good for that. You can do that. You can jump in it, take off. You guys all went. I took my side-by-side, and I went some places that you guys couldn't.
Right, I know.
Went some places I couldn't.
Right. You drove over that marshy part, and I went, we can do this. Then Josh went down there with his Jeep and buried it.
And got free stuff because of it, because somebody went by.
Yeah, some guy drives by and says, you get stuck of the day, and gave him a koozie. And
a whole bag of stuff, which was great. I mean, whatever, it is what it is. But
right.
I don't know. It's, like I said.
I got nothing against Jeep. I really don't. The only thing I actually have against Jeep is the people that own them. And I know that, and I know we're going to see comments on this video.
And like here's the biggest thing. You're a big guy.
Right.
Period.
Right.
A Jeep's kind of uncomfortable for you.
They are, but side by side's worse.
Yeah, a side by side's worse, but you're also way smaller.
Right.
And it's the same price. I mean,
more.
They did that thing in Peterson's or Four Wheeler Magazine, I don't know, whenever ago, and they bought a side by side and they built a Samurai, and they spent the same money on the Samurai they spent on the side by side. And the Samurai's better.
Right.
I mean, period. It's just, you don't have to enclose it. It doesn't have to have,
Yeah, I think what it all comes down to is personal preference. But
I just don't get the ducks.
I don't either.
I've never understood the duck thing.
What's funny is I have 2 ducks on the dash of my Jeep.
Yeah.
And my daughter picks on me all the time. So we'll be off-road like yesterday, and they come flying off the dash, and they'll be turned around. We were in one spot, it was really tight, twisty.
Yeah.
And the ducks had turned themselves around, and my daughter
they were looking to see what was going on.
Yeah, my daughter says, Dad, the ducks don't even want to see what you're doing. And I turned them around, and I said, you're going to watch this. And I turned them ducks facing out the window. You're going to look at this. But I mean, I don't get it either. It's because have you ever looked at the rim of an old Jeep? They got ducks stamped in them. I don't know what that is, and someone decided that was going to be the norm.
Really?
Yes. If you look at the rim, I had an '08 Wrangler, 4-door Wrangler in my shop.
Okay, well, all right. Well,
And
you
on the
said
rim-
old Jeep, and the first thing that popped in my head was World War II.
Oh yeah,
And I'm like, Jeep.
the original Jeep. No,
You know,
no,
like,
no, no,
okay, you know, and
Old,
Jeep came from the.
It's old. I mean,
Yeah, it is, but
but anyways, on the rim there is a little. There's a picture of a Jeep, and then somewhere there's a duck on it, and someone decided.
yeah,
that
but
ducks
there's
were
also birds on Cadillac emblems, and they don't have birds.
They don't anymore. They took the birds off
They
the
took the
Cadillac.
birds off the
Yes,
Cadillac
the birds are off the Cadillac.
I
They're all
guess.
just-
Well, they
they're just
probably
bars
said
now.
something, and then the Jeep guys are like, "That's our thing."
Right. Yeah.
You know, like.
Well, I made the comment to someone one day about the ducks in the Cadillac emblem, and they said there was never ducks in the Cadillac emblem. I said, the hell there wasn't.
No.
And my GM patch that I have is the GM patch that I have from being a GM dealer tech still has Oldsmobile and Pontiac on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's got the original Cadillac symbol on it too, and there's ducks on it.
Yep.
And I had to show that to someone because they didn't believe. I'm like, look, right here, you know.
Yeah.
Ducks.
I guess I don't.
Let's start ducking Cadillacs. See if anyone gets it.
Yeah, I don't think they will. Well, Kurt's got one, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He's got a couple.
He's got a couple of Cadillacs.
Well, we got a place to go.
The farm has got a couple of Cadillacs.
All right.
He's got a Jeep too, so we can put the
Well,
ducks.
all of them. We'll get every one of them. I mean,
It's Cadillacs and the Jeeps combined. I got nothing against you know. And I stand
Well-
here, and the problem is, and I already know what's going to happen. We're going to get on after this airs. We're going to get on there and we're going to read comments on this video, and it's going to be some guy, and these guys, you know what these guys are doing. They're sitting at home right now. They're watching this video, and the first thing they says, after my nails dry, I'm going to leave them a comment about they want to pick
yeah,
up my
wait,
Jeep.
I don't care as long as they're watching this stuff. I mean,
That's fine. I'm watching away.
I mean-
right, that's all that really matters. You know?
well, like I said, I've had several Jeeps. I've built several Jeeps. You know, CJs,
Small block
YJs.
Jeeps?
Yep,
Yeah,
several
that's
small
good.
block. You know,
So you made it not a Jeep anymore.
yeah, made it not a Jeep. I mean, you know, but
Like that one Jeep we seen yesterday. There was nothing Jeep about that Jeep.
the one that with the shaved axles and everything.
What the one that was blue in the tub it had a fender on it said Jeep, but it was
Oh,
tubbed.
the from
Or had
the
tube
Roxanne
chassis.
Valleys, one of their Jeeps.
the tube
Yeah,
chassis with
yeah, it
the
was on
Super Duty
40s and stuff.
axles,
Yeah,
40s, yeah.
I said it's got a quarter panel from a Jeep.
Right,
That's it.
That's all it's got on it.
I mean,
Like
you
I
know,
said, we're gonna sit
well,
here and
here's
rag
the
on
thing.
Jeeps. I mean,
well, like I said, you know, you hate to rag on Jeeps, but here's the other thing. This is the other spectrum of that because of what we do in how hard we are on stuff. Jeep owners that off-road their Jeeps too. You know, like my Ram Charger on 44s, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's got 1 tons underneath it.
right.
Okay, it's got, you know, Dodge 1 tons underneath a Dodge.
Right.
You know, so, you know, that's
Right.
Jeep didn't have a 1 ton. I mean, they used to. They're J20, J30s, whatever they were.
Okay.
You know, and then the M715s, I think, whatever. I think that's if I quote it wrong, sorry.
Yeah, there's a Jeep out there losing his mind right now.
Like I said, whatever. I think it's 715s. I'm not 100%, but like those were the Kaiser. That was a great 70s front and rear.
Right.
I knew a couple of those that were built, but I mean, then that doesn't look like a Jeep. I mean, I got a
Well, that's the
5 ton. That's technically a Jeep Kaiser. You know, whatever you want to call it. It's got a top that comes off. You know.
If we're gonna pick on groups here, I think we're just gonna go for all of it. I view Jeeps like I view Harley Davidson.
Same thing. They wave to each other.
Yeah, they do.
They do. You ever? I mean,
Harley passes a Jeep.
they wave, and then the same thing in a Jeep. They're waving. Hey, how you doing? I got a Jeep too. Look, I got my foot out. How about you? You know.
Right. I have nothing against Harley Davidson. I have a Harley Davidson.
I know.
I have an Ultra Classic, and I'm not. Like I said, we're going to get so much hate for this video. It's not. There's going to be guys out there just losing it.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, sorry. Sorry, but not sorry.
I'm not sorry about it because it's the truth. I just want to meet their advertising guys. I wanted to go to the Stellantis owns Jeeps, don't
It's still Stellantis, I
they?
believe
It's
so.
still
Yes,
Stellantis.
I
But
believe
anyways,
so.
they own Jeep. I want to go to their marketing division and the guys that marketed for Harley too. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did they convince an entire generation, like the last 3 generations or 5 generations of people, that this is the best one and only off-road vehicle ever? I don't get that. That was an amazing advertising campaign.
Well, that wasn't them.
What do you mean?
It wasn't.
It was a World War II thing. Is what it was.
World War II, the Jeep showed up, and everybody was like, "This thing's amazing," but they had nothing to compare it to at the time.
Right.
Okay, and then we get farther up, and like I said, I built a Jeep, early '90s, late '90s. CJ7. We ended up putting a 383 in it. You ended up with a 383 later down, and that thing was an animal. That thing only had like 33s on it.
Yeah.
But that thing was stupid. It was ridiculous. But same thing. It's you got to take out all the parts to make it. But it's like it's the core people that really build them and change them.
Yeah.
Like you got a whole Easter Jeep Safari out, in Moab. I mean, Moab. You go to Moab. That's Moab. If you pulled in there with a full size pickup truck, which they go out there and they do that, and that's I really want to try it, but I just can't destroy a truck like that. But
maybe one day we'll
when this takes off and we're making millions,
yeah,
whatever.
We're making millions. I think the way we're making fun of all this stuff, I think we're going to see negatives. This will be the first podcast we've ever seen that had negative views.
How do you unviewed?
Yeah, unviewed.
I'm going
to see that video. We're unviewing that.
I'm going to unview it. Can I choose not to look at this?
How did we have negative 489 views? Oh, we made fun of the Jeep. That's why. We made the Jeep didn't. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we went there.
Stupid Jeeps.
Josh got stuck. He wenched himself out. You got stuck. You wenched yourself out. I mean that. Right there. I mean, it both came out. I mean,
you're 100% correct.
When the Ram Charger got stuck in the exact same spot, it was a bear to get it back out.
Well, okay.
Just because of the weight. So
the rest of that story is, Randy lived it. We lived it together. I had a K5 Blazer. Remember that Blazer on 44s?
Yep.
And you had the Ram Charger.
Yep.
And I backed down. I'm going to get you. Hooked the strap to you, and I hit you. I don't know if it was the first time or the third time you were stuck down there.
Well, no, I'm talking about where you guys got stuck yesterday.
Oh no! You were right in that spot. You were a little bit further up.
Further up, yeah.
Well, anyways,
okay. Yep. I remember.
I hook you, and this is the thing. These trucks that we have, I don't have a Blazer anymore. I built that '93 Chevy. But anyways, I backed down. We hooked the strap, and I hit you like 3 times. Mm-hmm. And I'm hitting you hard. I was hitting you so hard that my front tires were jumping off the ground about 6 inches.
Yep.
The other guy standing there's like, dude, your tires are coming off the ground. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, it happens. And I backed up, hit you again. Truck jumped up in the air. Tires were spinning. I full throttled it out of stupidity.
Yeah.
Tires hit the ground. Tires stopped spinning. Nothing else stopped spinning.
No.
U-joints come flying out of that front drive shaft or front axle shafts or front axle. U-joints come flying out. Everything come flying out of that thing.
Yeah.
If you'd have been in a Jeep, I'd just tugged you right up the hill.
Yeah, it would have been. Well, it's just they're light.
They're light. They're maneuverable.
The biggest problem Jeep has right now is there's way so many mall crawlers. Not that a mall is a thing anymore, but
right, yeah,
but I mean,
there's a new name for them. They're not mall crawlers anymore. That's the thing. I don't know what the word is anymore. Yeah.
Well, we were driving out there, and I'm like,
do you think that's why malls went away?
Because they were crawling all over.
Jeep guys.
Yeah. They weren't going in shopping.
They got mad about that.
They were just they were choosing parking spots and who could park on the hill better. They're like, these people aren't coming in and buying nothing. Come on.
They're just sitting out there. Shut the malls down. We're done here. We can't call them Amazon crawlers because they're just, you know what I'm saying? We can't.
Well, the problem is, I mean, how many did we pass? I was counting it coming up here to pick Josh's Jeep up, and I was like, well, there's 4, 5, and I'm like,
right.
There's a lot of them out there.
Here's what I know about Jeeps, and I think this is true. This is all just opinion based. I've been saying this about Jeep for years. I think Jeeps are millionaire play toys. Like I like my Wrangler. My 2000 TJ that I have, I love that thing. As far as and what I mean by what I say, I love it. I love that I can jump in it and drive it.
Yeah.
I can run it to the gas station, fill it up. I can take it down the trails. I don't have to trailer it anywhere.
Yeah.
Nothing.
As long as you don't get it on the highway.
Right. Don't get on the highway with that son of a gun. But what I'm saying is that if I had to drive that every single day, like to work or whatever, or if there's no way I could daily drive that Jeep.
No.
There's no way. I couldn't do it. I would steer it off the road into a ditch before I drove that thing every day. And that's it. But
it would death wobble out there.
Right, yeah. It would shake itself out anyway, so it wouldn't matter. But that's what I've always said about Jeeps, though, is that I like what their idea is behind them.
Yeah.
And I do. But to drive one every single day, there's no way I can do it. And I know I guarantee you, we're already going to see the comments on the video. I drive mine every single day, 365 days. I love it. Well, someone lied to that guy.
Yeah.
You know,
well, he hasn't driven anything good.
Well, either he hasn't driven
Sorry.
anything good. Yeah,
Sorry.
No, either he hasn't driven anything good, and or he financed himself to the hilt on that $80,000 Jeep and has convinced himself that it's the greatest thing in the world to make him feel better about that $1,800 a month payment.
Well, like I get the attraction. I understand it. I don't get the people that will put themselves in debt just to have a Jeep.
Right. Same thing. Harley guys are the same way.
Yeah, I go, hey,
I mean, maybe not all Harley guys, but
no,
let's calm them down. We don't need a Jeep and Harley guys showing up at our doorstep.
Yeah, that's addresses. No.
Yeah, the addresses. Come on over. Let's talk. The next Jeep rally should be held here. There'll be a bunch of people wanting to kill us.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to look at another Jeep. I really am. Just because what we've been doing with the trails and stuff like that. They're great in the trails. They do that. Because they're small and nimble. I says, the new big 4 doors, the Gladiator. Yeah. Oh, that thing's not any good in a trail. It's just narrow. It's long.
Right.
It's the same problem that a 4-seater side by side has. It just
Have you been next to the? We're going to sidetrack just a second. Have you seen or been close to a 4-seater side by side?
Yeah.
My neighbor just bought a brand new one.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
It's the thing's huge.
Yeah.
Like you're looking at this is a full size vehicle.
Yeah. There's nothing side by side about it except it doesn't have windows.
Right. And it's got tube frame doors and stuff. But I was staring at that going, oh my God.
And it's like $30,000.
It was more than that. He told me the price tag. But
I was being generous. I wanted to, in case somebody's wife's watching it or something. You spent $30,000 on that?
He bought it for $15,500. That's what he paid for.
Yeah.
$15,500.
$15,500 out the door.
Out the
tax
door,
title and financed it for another $15,500
for 30 years.
Yeah. You paid cash $15,500 and financed. Yeah. No.
Right. But besides that, so the trucks we have though, the things that we do. So my truck, it's a 93 Chevy pickup. I like my truck. I don't know how much lift is on it. 14 inches? I don't know. I remember that used to be a big thing. Everyone used to flex at each other. I got 10 inches of lift on my truck. I got 15. I got 36. I don't know how much lift is on it. It clears 44s.
Yeah.
I put enough lift on it to clear the 44s, and it still don't clear them properly.
No.
And my truck's still truck chassis.
Yep.
I got a 14-bolt rear full floor, 60 front, 513s, lockers. My interior's still factory power window.
You
power
got a
locks.
truck.
Yeah, it's a truck.
It's a truck.
It's a front engine truck. It's got a 468 cubic inch big block Chevy with a blower on it.
Yep.
It makes 697 horse on the blower.
Yep.
Nothing's crazy.
No.
The truck, but that's the kind of truck I like driving.
Yeah.
But the problem is you can't take a truck like that through those tight, twisty trails like Jeeps.
No.
But you can't take a Jeep where you take that big truck either.
No.
So there's really no debate about which
you
one's
you can take
better.
a Jeep because like I said, we had last mud bug I was at, like I said, there was a dude there with a Wrangler with a turbo on it. It was really cool to watch.
Yeah.
Was he doing what I was doing? No. But my truck is a tube chassis, rear engine.
Right.
It made 806 on the dyno. There's no truck there except the sheet metal.
Right.
It's got Meritors and a quick transfer case.
When do you put a blower on it? They're only like $9,000.
I know. I don't need. No, I have
if
never.
Watching Randy's GoFundMe is.
I don't need a blower.
He needs a blower on his engine.
Oh no! I think we're doing good.
Just bottle it.
It could. It can. I was told it can handle the bottle, but like I said, it made 801 horsepower on the dyno, and it really does. I've never got it in a third.
Right. That's a badass truck. It really is. It's a cool truck. There's not much, like you said, not enough to talk about it anymore.
There's nothing truck there.
Right.
There's sheet metal. That truck is that. It's not like a tube chassis, and then they put a cab on top of it, and you still have the floor. There's nothing there.
Right.
That's all diamond plate. That thing's.
Right.
I don't know.
I think we should just buy a Jeep and just do that to it.
We could, I guess. I don't know. I got an extra set of 2.5 tons.
Yeah, there you go. Let's put 2.5 tons. Now, you see the big thing now with those guys side by side to lift them on 2.5 tons?
Yeah.
That just floors me. That just gets me every time you see these guys. I got this side by side. You're on 1 tons. Buy a
Well,
truck,
I
man.
mean, you know,
buy a truck.
You know,
all right?
there's a guy. He's got a mud bug here in Michigan. He's got one with a diesel in it, and
Right.
I mean, everything he's got is badass. I mean, it's still cool as shit. I mean, that thing is really cool, but I mean, it's a side by side.
I think it comes down to is just build whatever you think is cool. The only thing I will say is, besides build anything you think is cool, is one of them things that's don't just fall into the trap. Don't go finance a $60,000, $70,000, $80,000.
Yeah, side by side's tough.
Or side by side
or
whatever.
cheap.
Just because you think you're going to go do something with it, just build whatever you want.
You're better off trying to find something that someone has already kind of put together. Make sure it's something you really want to do.
Right.
And then, dump 30 or 40 grand in it. I mean,
since we're going to make people mad, we've already went after Jeeps and Harleys, and then we already know what's going to happen with this video. Let's just run the third nail in, and let's just say that let's throw the LS swap guys in there with it.
I mean,
how many times? Remember when you put your truck together the first time and you're debating on the engine, and you're looking at a big block Ford, you're looking at 460, that's 800 horse, big block Ford, cool. And the first comment someone made was, "Put an LS in it."
Yeah,
wait a minute.
No, I don't.
I have an 800 horse big block right here. What am I doing?
I don't know. Yeah, I know. I hate to pick on the LS swap guys because I'm in the process of trying to do something myself like that.
Just so everyone knows, I have an LS swap K1500 Blazer as well.
I'm LS swapping an old Dodge.
I'm over here picking on everything that I own.
And here's even the worst thing. And whatever, people that know me, but I'm not a Chevy guy. I'm mainly a Ford guy. Period. Just But so I was like, I want to see what this is all about, and I took a Dodge and I'm putting an LS in it, and I'm going to try to do whatever we can do with that.
Right.
But no, I mean, like you said, we've said it a million times. Everybody goes, put an LS in it, it'll make this much horsepower. No, they don't. They make 300 and what?
I think a 5.3 depends, but that's the thing that depends on the generation of 5.3 you have.
Yeah.
We're sitting in front of the handy computer, so let's. I'm curious. I think it's 295, but let's go 05. Let's go conservative.
Okay.
So an 05, 5.3, LS horsepower. I think it's 295.
Okay. Well, in the gambit of things, this truck here behind us came with a 350 that was 350, 305, whatever, doesn't matter at that point.
Right.
And it was 185 horsepower.
Yeah.
So you jump up 100 horsepower, and everybody thinks you're,
I don't think people know what and we're getting a little too far sidetracked on this, but I will say this about horsepower. I don't think people know what horsepower actually is.
No.
Because when I worked when I was a technician out west, we had a machine shop. So the shop I was at, we were a machine shop on one side, repair shop on the other.
Yeah.
And I ran the shop that was repair side. My boss, he ran the machine shop
Yep.
side. We had people come in all the time with small block Chevys. Now, we're going back 15 years ago,
Yeah.
okay? And they said, I want 500 horse out of my 350. Okay. But and and I only had $1,500.
Yeah.
That's the kicker part
Yep.
right there. So anyway, my boss figured he had a formula to make a good 350 horse 350.
Yep.
1 cube per cubic inch, you're doing good.
Yeah,
And he'd
that's
give it back
excellent.
he'd build it, give it back to those guys, and he started lying to people. And I hate to say that I hate to even admit this out loud that he did this, but he would tell people, "Yep, it's 480." They'd come back, after they put it in their truck, and they'd tell them, "That thing is an animal. That thing's got so much power.
Wow.
Holy crap!" And it's like, do you know what horsepower is?
No, well, a race car driver, Jeff Lutz, he said it the best. He says, Americans buy horsepower and drive torque.
Well, yeah, that's why the TunePort was so popular.
Yeah.
It's all torque.
It's all torque. But the other thing is, I fault the manufacturers for all this because you can go to the store and you can buy 1,000 horsepower, Hellcat or, a ZL1 or, a Mustang, a
Right.
GT500 or something like that. And we're talking 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah, out of the box.
Out of the box. Nobody knows what it's,
Right.
like, like 500 horsepower used to be it was like, oh my God, you got 500 horsepower.
I've said that before. I think I made this comment already. 16-year-old me, if I called him tomorrow and told him I had a 696 horse or 697 horse big block with a blower on it
Yeah.
and a truck, he'd probably faint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember back in the day, I got 700 horse on a blower. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Just, yes, sir. And then we just surpassed that. We made it the norm, unless you got 1,000 horse, you're nobody.
No, like I said,
Or you wanna
16, hell, I get called 25-year-old me and go, hey, you're going to have a big block that's going to make 801 horsepower. You know, it's an aluminum-headed big block. It's 15 to 1. And you're going to be like, wow, I am?
Right. Yeah, wow. All right, back to what we're talking about. So the 5.3, a 2005 LS 5.3 put out between 295 and 325 horse, which that's, the LM7 was a 295 horse in the Silverado. So truck engines were roughly 300 horse.
Yeah.
Which that's good horsepower.
Well, you got to think, in less than 2 decades, we went from 185 horsepower to 300 horsepower.
Right. We're getting 300 out of V6s.
I know.
Like it's nothing.
I know. Well, I mean, they're getting it out of 4 cylinders.
Right. They are.
I mean,
I won't have anything turboed, though, as far as like the new engines go, but that's a whole nother.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. But I mean,
But back to what we were getting at, though, in the off-road world, I think, we could sit down with off-road guys all day. In fact, I'd like to even have a couple of them on the show.
Yeah.
And if we could get the Jeep guys out of the salon for 5 minutes, we can get one here and talk to those guys, too. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to know, what the actual reasoning is that you own a Jeep. I had a guy come to my shop the one day, and to show me his brand new Jeep that he got. And he was talking up and down, and I kept asking him, like, when do you want to go off-road? And you know what his first words were? I'm not taking this off-road. Are you kidding me? And that's what he said.
Sorry, phone.
That's right. We put him on speaker.
No, it's just.
It
It was a Jeep guy.
It was a Jeep guy.
What are you
the video's not even out yet.
Yeah, I know. They're already talking. I hear your bad mouth.
Yeah, we heard you say something about that Jeep. As soon as I get the curlers out of my hair, I'll be down there to have a.
Well, they're not going to come down here. You got a dirt road.
Right.
They're like, I can't get my Jeep dirty. There's no way.
They go to pull off the main road onto the dirt road. Go, whoa, wait a second.
Whoa. Is there any way you could come pick me up?
Yeah, right. You come pick me up so I can kick your ass.
Like I said, I've lots of Jeeps. Love Jeeps. Whatever. It's just. It's like everything.
I think they just made it too easy to pick on them.
There's just, I don't know. Barbie's got a Jeep, so
right. Yeah, Ken don't have the Jeep. Barbie
Ken don't
does.
have a Jeep.
Yeah.
No,
You know that's going to be a bad comment. Someone's going to be on here like, at least you know what Barbie drives. How do you know that? Well, I owned a Jeep once.
Yeah, I owned a Jeep once. They showed me a picture.
I went down that dark road one time.
Yep. What are you talking about?
Negative views. We're getting negative views.
That's
just
okay.
So
That's all right.
It's going to be
That's all right.
negative.
Hey, views are views. I mean, I don't know. Anybody wants to watch this stupid stuff, that's fine. I mean, or listen to me talk, whatever.
Right. Listen, these guys, they went on a half-hour rant about Jeeps. We don't know why.
Yeah.
They never really said
They were all
why.
over the place, too, about it.
Yeah, right. They were talking about horsepower and engine. Now,
Well, like I said,
from
we go.
Jeeps to big trucks.
The worst thing is, like I said, you go back to the duck thing. When you said the rims and everything, I was like, you know what? I seen something, in the Jeep. The name came from the, cartoon Popeye, because Jeep was in Popeye.
Really? I didn't
Jeep
know that.
is the animal. I don't know what he is. He's like a dog or something. You can look it up.
Doesn't Jeep stand for something?
I look up Jeep, where the name Jeep came from, and it came
All
from
right.
the cartoon
you
Popeye.
keep telling me, and then thank God they didn't name it spinach.
Yeah. But I go, why aren't we using that thing instead of ducks? I mean, I don't know. I don't get the duck. I just don't.
Let's
They
see
should.
what Google has
I wonder
to
if
say.
it's
Google is-
copyrighted. Yeah. Answer our question, Google.
Yeah, come on, Google, do something for us. But have you been around New Bronco yet? I got the chance to ride in one at Silver Lake
Okay.
Sand Dunes last year.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, I'm not standing here waving the banner for Ford, but I mean, I was very impressed.
They took such a long high.
Oh, you're right. Military abbreviation for it's a general purpose vehicle.
Yeah,
GP,
yep.
so it's Jeep.
Yeah.
And the character named Eugene the Jeep from the Popeye comic strip.
Yeah. Yeah. He's yellow, like got a big nose. I
didn't
think.
see a video or a picture of it, but I did not know that about Jeep.
Yeah.
Great. Now I got to put a can. Now I got to start putting cans of spinach on my truck.
Yeah. Well, that's
or my Jeep.
Well, you got to keep Popeye happy. I don't know. He's just a
What
sailor.
was her name? I don't remember. Olive oil.
Olive oil? Oh, yeah. Hi, Popeye. You know.
Right. How am I going to get that wheel cover? But then no one will get it. You know?
That's the problem. I don't understand
start
why we
leaving-
went with ducks. Because they had a
I'm going to
mascot.
start leaving cans of spinach on Jeeps.
Yeah.
That's it. Just start buying them, leave them a little cans
I
of
mean,
spinach.
that's fine.
No
too.
one will get it.
No, that's what I don't get. I'm like, you had a mascot, and then they decided to get ducks.
Right.
I don't, like I said, maybe it was a copyright issue. I don't know.
Someone told me at one time that the Ducks had to do something during COVID, and it was something to. I don't know the real reason behind it, but I've been told by a few people that it had to do something with, like a friendly gesture. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's I don't know where they came out. Here's a duck. That's a
Here's a
friendly
duck.
gesture.
I don't know. Maybe because all those vending machines got them. I don't know.
Right. That's what I'm. But that's
I
what
mean,
it was.
whoever's
That's
making
what it
ducks
was.
is making a killing because I've seen some.
Maybe they started it.
You know, that's probably it.
Some
No.
rubber duck manufacturers
Yeah.
out there going, you know
There's
what? We need to
guys
sell
like-
more rubber
He's
ducks.
like, I got a plan. What? We're gonna put them on Jeeps. Why? Because those people, they got something wrong in their head.
Right, there's something wrong with them. They'll love it.
Yeah,
They'll think it's the
they're gonna
greatest
go-
thing in the world.
Where do we start? I don't. Just start anywhere.
Right, just go to Walmart, leave some ducks on, and
Yep.
it'll take off.
Yeah, it'll work. I mean, if somebody thought of this as a marketing thing, you're amazing.
They were the
Period.
same guys that market Jeeps and Harleys. That's who that was. It's the same guy. He was marketer for Harley. Then he went to be marketer for Jeep. Now he's a marketer for rubber ducks.
Oh.
He walked in there and said, guys, listen, I was a marketing manager for Harley.
You know
and
where he
Jeep,
got his
and they
start?
went-
Little Caesars. He was selling pizzas to
He
dealerships.
was selling pizzas to dealerships. Jesus. Is that the truth?
Yeah, well, it had to happen.
We got to
somewhere.
meet this guy. I want that guy on the show. He'd
I
be the
mean-
marketing manager for Little Caesars, Rubber Ducks, Jeep, and Harley.
Well, back to what you were saying. You know, you said what you thought of the Bronco.
Yeah.
And thought it was pretty decently built vehicle, huh?
I did. I was very, very impressed by it. I think it's a contender. I believe that it's a contender, a very strong contender for the four-door Wrangler and the Gladiator, because it's the same size.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the same size, but they're both very large vehicles.
Yeah, it's very big. You know, I know it heralds back to the original Bronco. I mean, being a Ford guy, I love the first Broncos. I really did. I thought they were really cool.
Yeah.
And they were great for someone like you,
Yeah.
you know, who couldn't get in a Jeep. But,
Right.
you know, the old Broncos like that, I like the look of them. I mean, I don't think I'll ever own one because I don't know, way too much money.
Right. My thing is, I'm a K5 Blazer guy. You
Yeah.
know that.
I know.
I've been a K5
I know, you're a Blazer guy.
And I like Broncos too. I've been, you know, I like to give credit where credit's due. And the honest to God truth is, I give Jeep credit for awesome marketing, and I give them credit for building a vehicle that is multi-purpose.
No,
But doesn't do anything great.
no, that's, yeah.
Doesn't do any one
It's
thing
like the
great,
Swiss
but does a
Army
lot of
knife of
things.
the
Yes.
off-road community.
Right. That's exactly right.
You know, I mean, you go to the store and you buy the accessories you want. And like, I want a winch and I want this and I want some. I got to have a light bar. I've noticed that everyone's got a light bar.
Harbor Freight one too.
Yeah, and half the bulbs work, half of them don't.
That's what you get when you get. But I mean, you know, you give credit. The only thing, and I'm going to dog on GM now, is they tried that ZR1 or whatever it was, Colorado off-road whatever vehicle. And it's like, you know what, guys, well, just go stand in the corner. All right, let Jeep and Bronco handle it. They got it.
You
They
know,
got the market
like I
ready.
said, and I said it earlier in this. I says, you know, I'm not a GM guy. Period. I'm just not a fan. Did it keep me fed while I was a kid? Yeah, my dad worked for GM for years. You know, whatever. But
Right.
they are always like right behind everybody, watching what's going on, and they're like, "We're going to take that."
Yeah.
Instead of innovating, and I, you know,
Look, that's what bothers me the most about GM. GM used to be the first one to the ball.
yeah,
You know,
not
when
anymore.
John
They haven't.
DeLorean, when John DeLorean came out with the GTO, no, he didn't come out with the GTO, with the GTO package.
Yeah.
He put GM on the map like, hey, we're going to pioneer stuff.
Yeah.
And then one day they just lost that ability.
Yeah.
And like you said, they sit back and they watch what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, they watch what everyone else does, and then they're like, look at what we built.
Right.
Everybody else has done that. Well,
Right.
I'm surprised they haven't built a Jeep. I mean, they had they have the HHR. I mean,
Right, the HHR. Funny story about that, real quick, before we wrap it up for the day. Did you know the guy that designed the PT Cruiser is the same guy that designed the HHR?
yeah, I know.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew
don't
that.
know if
I
you
mean,
did
come
know
on,
that
you
or
had.
not. What I want to know is the guy that, when he, like I said, this is way off topic now. I want to know how the guy that designed the PT Cruiser gets fired or let go from Chrysler, goes to work for GM, says, I got a great idea.
I got a great idea. It's a little bit bigger, a little bit different. You know,
You know what?
HR stand for?
I do not know what HR stands for.
I Heritage High Roof.
You know what's funny about that Heritage High Roof? Is if that's what HHR. I have sold HHRs to people before, and I'll tell you what. I'm 6'5", okay? They are incredibly roomy vehicles, like roomier than you'd think. Yeah, I sold one to a guy one time. He's about my size. Coming to look for a car. I'm like, dude, listen, I have an HHR here. And he laughed at me. He's like, there's no way. And then he drove it. And he goes, oh my God, that thing's roomy. I said, I know.
Hey, so are the latest generation Volkswagen Beetles, but
they were roomy. I got the last time I got in a Beetle, I had to push the flowers out of the way.
Well, you got to get the flowers out of the way. They got a
throw
vase
them
and
out the
everything.
window, and you go drive like, man, this Beetle is roomy.
This is so much room. It's
Right.
not great riding. It doesn't. Now we're gonna have all the Volkswagen people
Yeah,
after us.
oh,
Sorry.
now we're gonna, listen, guys, if you're all going to come after us the pitchforks for this, just schedule it in. Email us first. Let us know the day so we can schedule you
we'll
in
put some time
properly.
in.
Right. Or if you Jeep guys really want to be mad at us, you meet us out at Rocks and Valleys next summer, and we'll go for a ride.
Yeah.
And bring your Jeep, and I'll bring mine, and we can all hang out together.
Yeah, we'll bring Jeeps, and then if we're cool and you can bring it back, then we'll bring something that's got horsepower and maybe make you soil yourself. I don't know.
It's hard to say.
You can strap yourself in.
Right. All right, well, that's all we got for this week on Behind the Wrenches. I got nothing else, Randy.
I don't either.
This has just been too much for me.
Yeah.
All right? Like I said, we're going to get negative views. We've made fun of too many people. We're going to have a lot of comments. Probably bad ones.
I apologize.
I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry. If I've offended you today, that's your fault.
Yeah. These opinions are entirely mine and nobody else's.
Right. That's your disclaimer, Bob. They just got to be really fast when you say it. All right, well, that's it for Behind the Wrench today. I'm Zach Gronowski. This is Randy Solomon. We will talk to you guys next week.